Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MU stand. This is your press conference reaction from Erik ten Hag. He just finished the press conference. Of course, this is looking into the Manchester United versus Omnia game. He had a lot to talk about in this one. He also had an update on Martial. Is he going to be fit? Is he not going to be fit? Is Rashford fit for the game tomorrow? He talked about a lot of stuff. We're going to go through all the quotes that is coming in from Manchester United and Erik ten Hag. Let's take a look here. We don't want to waste any time. We can just go straight into what he said. He was asked about Martial. Just quickly bring this up. So he was asked about Martial. Erik ten Hag said he was not training today. We'll see how it develops for Sunday. Harry is out, and long-term Donny van de Beek and Wan-Bissaka. So looks like Wan-Bissaka and Donny van de Beek are not going to be fit for this game. This is not a good news, of course, for Donny and for Wan-Bissaka. Harry Maguire, we knew, of course, that he was out. He also talked about on winning the Europa League group. He said, I told the players weeks ago before the break, it was important to win the group. We want to win all the games, but it's clear we want to avoid that finishing second in a group. Basically, if you finish second, you're going to be facing a difficult opponent, right? You don't want to face a difficult opponent. If you finish second, you're going to be facing the group winner of another group. So that is going to just make things complicated and make it difficult. So you want to win the group as much as possible. But that I think we have to be flawless, really, if we want to actually win the group, because we have to win the game tomorrow. And we also going to have to win the game against Real Sociedad. So it's going to be tough. And that game is, I believe, it's at Real Sociedad. So definitely this is going to be a tough one for Manchester United. But I expect us to win the group. I mean, I expect us to go to Real Sociedad and get the win. That's my expectation. He was asked about the squad depth, like how actually do you have every position covered? But basically, he said, I think all the clubs have the same problem. The team has played in Europe. We have a squad to cover that. Injuries, suspensions will happen, but you have to deal with it as a squad. So I think in terms of our squad, I think we could deal with the absentees. I believe we can definitely deal with the absentees that we have. The only position I'm concerned about is Dalot. So we actually, like, if Dalot gets injured, that would be a big issue, because it's going to mean that you're going to have to play Malacia on the right or Lindelof on the right. So that is not their perfect position, or that is not their preferred position. That is the only position that I'm concerned, really. Also up top, it is a worrying, because Martial, again, he's dragging on now. He's not fit for the game. If anything happens to Cristiano, who's going to be the striker? Rashford. So that's going to be problems. Like, you're going to basically rely on Rashford all season. Not a good look. So in January, we might have to look into some transfer market just to have somebody replace Mason Greenwood. I mean, we lost Mason Greenwood. Now it's been almost a year now, and we haven't replaced him. So I think we definitely need probably another striker in January. Not to mention, Cristiano could also leave in January. So anything can happen. So we really have to look forward to that and see what we have to do to resolve that. He also talked about so Victor Lindelof is another one. He's actually faced a press conference with Victor Lindelof. So Victor Lindelof said, "I got a tough start to the season with injury. I was able to be involved. It's important for the team to have good players in the squad. We have a lot of games, and it's important to have players to compete. For me, it's not a problem." So this is, of course, a question asked about him, how tough he has found it this season, that Martinez is in defense now. We've seen Martinez partner Maguire. We've seen Martinez play with Varane. And also now we're seeing Martinez with Lindelof. So Lindelof has been down the pecking order. He's basically a third choice center back at the moment. But he is currently starting and he is currently playing because Varane wasn't 100% that we know. Maguire is out. I think Victor Lindelof is a much better defender than Maguire. Any of the defenders that we have besides Varane, I think Lindelof is good. And I'll take Lindelof all day versus Maguire. So hopefully he can continue this momentum and stay in the team. But that means he would have to sit down Rafael Varane. So I don't think that is possible. But it's good to have a competition in the squad. So any of them could come in and the quality doesn't just significantly drop. And that's what we need. You look at Man City, you look at Liverpool, the teams they have, it's almost like that. You know, the quality never drops. Whoever comes in, it's almost 9 out of 10 players. So that's what we need to get to. Of course, we're not there yet, but that's what we need to get to. Also talked about rotation. He said all out for the victory. First game is the most important. As Europe is tough, we want to be number one. This is what he discussed earlier on. We want to finish number one, of course, get an easier draw. You could be facing teams that is coming from the Champions League, and you don't actually want to play the team that is coming from the Champions League. I watched the game yesterday. Juventus, Barcelona also could be coming down from the Champions League, so you don't actually want that. So when you actually finish second, that's basically what's going to happen. So you don't want to be facing them. Just continue and see what else he said. Okay. So Victor Lindelof was asked about on the squad moral after that defeat, I believe. And how's it now? Like, what do they feel at this moment in time? So Victor Lindelof said, I think the feeling in the group is good. We have good players, good people, so we have good energy. You always need good team spirit. And we have that at the moment. So you could clearly see that. I mean, the team, compared to last season, what we saw, like the team was all over the place. People just didn't care about anybody. I mean, it looks like the players were against each other last season. But it's completely different now. Things have changed. And things have changed for the better. So I think it's a good thing that we're seeing the teams coming together and playing together. Okay. Ten Hag on Christian Eriksen's game time. So he did talk about that. He said, all the players we have manage their game time. That's what I do all the time. That's why we have a good with double positions with depth. So if we kept that to rotate, we can replace players. That's just that, really. Like, basically what he's saying is that we have a position for every player. I doubt that we have a player for a right back. In my opinion, the right back position is just, like I mentioned, Wan-Bissaka is completely dismissed. So I don't know if we have a a second player in the right back position. Of course, you mentioned Lindelof or Malacia could play there, but I doubt they could play there. Adam says, I'm confused. What are you confused about, Adam? But thanks for tuning in. Okay. Are we done yet? Okay. Victor Lindelof, of course, also talked about Lisandro Martinez. He said it's been good. He's a fantastic player. He's very good with the ball. I've played 2 games with him now, and we did a good game against Everton. I guess that's what he's referring to. But it's not a bad partnership. Do you guys think it's a bad partnership that Victor Lindelof and Lisandro Martinez playing together? I think it's a solid one. I don't think it's a bad partnership at all. I think it looks good to me, especially for the time being when we don't have a Varane available. I think it's important to have Victor Lindelof and Martinez play together. Okay. Also, there was another question about Marcus Rashford. Would he be okay? Because I think he's had minor injury in the previous game in the last minute. I think he was asked about that, and he said Marcus Rashford will be training today, so that means he's going to be fit for tomorrow's game. I think he's going to start. I did have him in my starting 11, as you can see. This was my starting 11 before the press conference. I did not know that Wan-Bissaka is out for the game. So it looks like Dalot will be playing on that right position. But I think the rest of the team should play against Omonia, in my opinion. We're going to take a look at this starting 11. Let's just finish up the coach that is coming in from Erik ten Hag. And we can actually take a look at the lineup I have, and you guys could tell me which one you disagree with. But I think that's the lineup that should be facing Omonia. Erik ten Hag also spoke about Cristiano Ronaldo. So he was asked about is Cristiano Ronaldo's charged by the FA. So he said, "Do you mean last year? We'll talk about that," and he would not accept. So basically, he's saying Cristiano will not be accepting the charges by the FA with what he did last season. Of course, we saw him knock down a phone last season at Everton game. And basically, it looks like he's not going to accept the charge by the FA. So we just have to wait and find out what's going to happen in that. Ten Hag also spoke about Anthony Martial. Of course, I want him in. Sometimes it's disappointing when they aren't available because I know we need him, and when they aren't, you have to deal with the situation. So he's not happy that Anthony Martial is not fit, and basically Anthony Martial plays 1 or 2 games, and he's out for the next 2 games, and then he comes back, and then he's out for the next 2 games. It's just so inconsistent from Anthony Martial. So I think that needs to change. That's why in the beginning of the season, that's why I said we cannot rely on Martial and Rashford. First of all, we don't know if they're going to be fit throughout the year. Second, the consistency drops. So in this case, Martial is actually performing really well. I think he's done really well. He's one of our best players, but it's a shame that he's not actually fit at the moment, that he's picking up these minor injuries as we go along into these games. Lindelof also spoke about Ten Hag. He said the way the boss wants to play football suits me. Hopefully I can improve a lot under him. It's always important to have to want to learn more, improve, and I'm going to take everything in. So basically, he likes the fact that Ten Hag is the manager and that he's improving his game under Ten Hag, which is a good thing to see. Really, it's a very good thing to see. let's move on. So Ten Hag also spoke about on Cristiano that he wants to support him as good as possible. We have certain demands from players, and we want to accept in certain positions. I want to get the best out of him. He's referring to Cristiano. He's in better shape now, and I'm happy with that. At the start, it was I think it was the case of lack of fitness. It's proven once again, no one can miss a preseason. So basically, what he's saying is you cannot miss a preseason and expect to come back to the team and start matches. That's just not going to happen. Basically, that's what he's saying. I agree with him. Cristiano missed a lot of preseasons, even though I want Cristiano to start games. He missed a lot of preseasons. So it's hard for him to just walk into the team because the team has played together for quite a while. So it makes sense that Cristiano was actually on the bench in the beginning. What I don't get is why is he on the bench now? Like right now, he shouldn't be on the bench. I don't want to see him on the bench. Ten Hag has to definitely start him. He really has to start Cristiano moving forward. That's what I think. The guy can still score goals. We've seen it against Everton. You're just going to have to play him. You play him, he can deliver. And also physically, he was actually good. He was pressing. He was doing everything that the coach wanted. So I think if he continues like that, I think he's going to continue to start for Manchester United. Victor Lindelof, of course, talked about. I wouldn't say. He said, "I would not say it changes the way I approach Martinez being left-footed. I'm just trying to play my game the way I can help the team. It doesn't matter whether the partner is left-footed or the right-footed. It doesn't change how I play my game." So I think this was a question asked for Victor Lindelof that how comfortable are you playing with a center back that is a left-footed? So I don't think it's just a stupid, dumb question, in my opinion. Like, isn't it obvious? Like, on that side, a left-footed center back should be playing, and then on the right-footed should play. But really doesn't require a left center back, I think, to have a partnership, because you can have two right-footed players as center backs. We've seen Rio and Vidic. Both are right-footed. It doesn't necessarily mean you need a left-footed player or a right-footed player only. Like, it depends on how the chemistry in the team is. So he's basically saying that it doesn't really matter. I completely agree with Victor Lindelof. Let's just quickly take a look at the starting 11, that my preferred lineup. So I went with Tom Heaton in goal. Like I mentioned, Wan-Bissaka at the right, Victor Lindelof and Martinez are in the middle, and Tyrell Malacia is on the left. So that is my back four. I think he should give some playing time for the goalkeepers. Dubravka could come in, or Tom Heaton. I think any of them could be playing in this match. Okay. At the center CDM, of course, is Casemiro. So Casemiro is going to be the CDM. I don't think we should rest Casemiro. I think he needs to play a lot of games. I mean, he just started against Everton. That momentum needs to continue. He needs to continue playing. So he should still play at the CDM role. McTominay hasn't started a couple of games. I think McTominay can start with Donny. Again, he mentioned that Donny is not fit. So it looks like Donny is not going to be in this squad. So it looks like Wan-Bissaka and Donny will be replaced from this lineup. I'm expecting maybe Eriksen or Bruno to come back in, or probably Fred. Fred hasn't had a lot of games, so I think Fred could be coming in this midfield. Up top, I think we're gonna go like this. Sancho needs to get back in form. He really does. He really does need to get back into form. Uh, Struggled on that left hand side. Of course, now Marcus Rashford is the preferred player in that position. I thought we could give a rest for Anthony in this match, and we could try to use Jadon Sancho as a right wing player. That could be a different look for Manchester United, and I hope we do that. Give some rest for Anthony, and I think this lineup could go and get the result easily. In my opinion, I think it's gonna be a comfortable game. Yes, it wasn't comfortable at Old Trafford last time around, but I think this time we're playing at home. I believe we can smash them. I can definitely smash Omonia. But what do you guys think? Get your predictions in. What do you think is going to happen in that game? I think we're gonna win 3-0 against Omnia. Hopefully, like I mentioned yesterday, Marcus Rashford, Cristiano, and Jadon Sancho can actually get on the score sheet. But yeah, this is your press conference reaction, and like 20 minutes wrapped up. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and thank you for watching. I'll see you. I'll be doing a watch along for this game on Sunday as well, so be sure to tune in for that. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.